Stephen A. Smith, ESPN's flagship reporter, has yet again put his foot in his mouth and disturbed Black America, and this time he was called out by none other than famous comedian DL Hughley. Let's give a big shout out to DL Hughley. Now, a little bit of backstory real quick. Stephen A. Smith seems to believe somehow that we as Black people can relate to Donald Trump with the way he's been treated by law enforcement.
And see, where I'm from, you don't do that.
I think Stephen A. is losing it, or he's just really starting to do things for shock value at this point. Like, he's like a shock jock now. Now, we all know Stephen A., longtime ESPN reporter, and he has a loud voice. Not just loud as far as loud, but his voice gets pushed out to many of people across the world because he's on a big platform. So sometimes it comes across as if we are in full compliance or agreement with what he has to say, and we do not. We're going to get straight to it. We're going to let y'all hear what DL Hughley had to say about the whole matter. All right, y'all check this out.
This is Stephen A. Smith.
But I got to tell you something. As much as people may have been abhorred by Donald Trump's statement weeks ago, talking about how Black folks, he's hearing that Black folks find him relatable because what he's going through is similar to what Black Americans have gone through, he wasn't lying. He was telling the truth. When you see the law enforcement, the court system, and everything else being exercised against him, it is something that Black folks throughout this nation can relate to.
Now, hold on. Got to stop him right there. Stephen A., you losing your mind, man. There's nothing in that man's walk of life that he could say is relatable to Black people. Definitely not my life. So, Stephen A., that's definitely a big discrepancy you got with me. Like, I think I get what he was trying to say, but that was not the right example to use. And no, we're not rocking with that.
Carmelo Anthony murdered Austin Metcalf. There is no other way to slice it.
And see, where I'm from, you don't do that.
He said he put his hands on me, as in Austin Metcalf. He put his hands on me, so I stabbed him. That's not justification for killing someone.
So Trump, the 34-time convicted felon, who was once the president of the United States of America, and who at that time, the time when he went on his diatribe, Stephen A. went on his diatribe, was running for president again. A felon can't even vote, but he could still run as a 34-count felon.
Deep.
He was tried by a jury literally of his peers. In addition to that, he was found guilty of sexual battery. He appears in the Epstein list 38,500 times, which is more than Harry Potter appears in books that are named after him. He had a school that closed down because of fraud. He had a charity can't do business in New York because of fraud. He actually was able to pick some of the judges that would handle some of the other cases he was involved in. He was the most powerful man in the world. And you feel like we can relate to him because the judicial system treated him unfairly and we could relate to that. When historically has anybody who was a billionaire, who was a former president, who was a business magnate, ever been treated fairly in America? But you feel like Black people can relate to him. But Carmelo Anthony, the 17-year-old kid who was found guilty by an all-white jury in the South, we can't relate to him. We can relate to the adjudicated rapist, the people are associated with pedophile, the fraud, the felon. We can relate to him. The judicial system is unfair to him. But the 17-year-old kid who was tried by a Southern jury, an all-white Southern jury, we can't relate to him. That is why Black people don't take you very seriously. That's why. That very reason. If you were any further of white people's ass, you would have to be an enema.
Woo! What y'all got to say about that, man? Put it in the comments, man. Was DL Hughley dropping game, or do y'all think he hating? Now, me personally, I don't agree with DL Hughley on everything, but this right here, he was spot on. Because Stephen A., what's the word? I don't want to really say it, but I think you kind of cooning with this one. Because it's in no way possible. Everything that man just said was facts about Trump. Now, if you're thinking that we're more relatable to a man of that stature than a 17-year-old kid who made a mistake and life has been ruined, and you was gung-ho about making sure he got put down. You know what I'm saying? You had no sympathy, no empathy for the most part. You said it in that thing. There's no other way to slice it, but you want us to slice and dissect the fact that we're relatable with Donald Trump. Well, Donald Trump is relatable with black people. Now, I'm sorry, Stephen A. I respect your work. I respect your journalism. But at this point, it's almost like you're just doing stuff for clickbait or just to get the conversation started to stay in the algorithm. And you don't need to. You don't need to. And for you to be a sports commentator, you're getting a whole lot into the political realm to where, I don't know if you really want to do that. Not saying you got any skeletons in your closet or anything like that, but it's almost to the point where the more you speak, the more you turn us away with rhetoric like this. No disrespect, but in no way at all, no shape, form, or fashion do I associate or relate to that man's life, or he can't relate to mine. That's just period. Now, you could generalize your life, but don't put us in it. Missed us with the BS, Stephen A. That's just my opinion. Unbiased. Based off the facts. You know what I'm saying? Straight talk, no chaser. All right? So make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, put it in the comments. Tell me what y'all think about this whole Stephen A thing. Is he losing his mind? Or is he just doing it to get y'all to click the link? I don't know, man. That's just my topic for today. You know what I'm saying? It's Culture Impact Monday. We just wanted to talk about what's going on in the culture, and this is it. Because when we got people out there misrepresenting us as a whole, I'm thankful for DL Hughley for stepping up, clapping back, and letting Stephen A know, nah, we ain't going for that. But that's our time, y'all. Strait Shoota Podcast. Y'all know how we do it, baby. Gone.